Yeah, Jen and Ben, travelers I spoke with here at Bradley International say the airports have been the busiest they've seen in a while with people flying for the holidays. Now, we've seen a couple delays today, nothing too dramatic this time of night here at Bradley International, but those delays haven't been because of weather. And our Attorney General here in Connecticut wants to protect you if that does happen.
Came up to spend Christmas and the holidays with our oldest daughter.
The flights are taking off from and coming to Bradley International ahead of Christmas. 6 days until Sunday, but travelers say the rush has begun.
I've never seen so many flights, coming and going when we were at Baltimore.
With the rush comes the possibility of delays and cancellations. A handful of them were experienced at the Connecticut airport Monday, like this flight coming from Baltimore.
I had one delay, and that was the flight coming here. It was delayed about 40 minutes, I would say.
Right now, we're going into the busiest travel season of the year, really without a lot of protection.
Attorney General William Tong is leading the charge alongside Republican and Democratic attorney generals across the country to call for more power to hold airlines accountable if this happens.
We think that the Department of Transportation, the federal Department of Transportation, needs to take stronger action.
The state attorneys general are calling for the federal government to give those like Tong the power to act if unfair delays or cancellations happen. Tong says they have some authority, but are often told by the airlines that the state's top legal official doesn't have the power to step in.
If you have a flight, you need to get to Pittsburgh, you need to get to Chicago, you need to get to California, and something happens, and the airlines could have prevented it, or they could have just not sold you a ticket for a flight they know is going to have problems, or that they know that they won't have adequate staff to cover, right? They shouldn't be selling those tickets.
The state attorneys general are calling for airlines to not sell tickets if they know they won't have the staff to fly. They also want to impose fines for extended, delayed, or canceled flights for avoidable reasons, unlike weather. Part of their efforts call for compensation if people have to stay at a hotel or book on another airline due to a delay or cancellation.
If you get stuck or you miss a flight and it's the airline's fault, that we have a way to hold them accountable and make them give you a refund, get you another flight.
Now, obviously, it's hard to plan ahead not knowing what the weather will be, but Tong says that the airlines have to have better contingency plans and also inform people of their options and their rights if the weather does impede. Now, the DOT has declared some of those practices unfair in certain circumstances, but our Attorney General here in Connecticut says that it does not do enough to protect consumers. Live from Bradley International Airport, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.